Welcome back to the channel. Thanks for stopping by. This is your first time. Welcome. Glad you can be here. If you haven't heard of Lomax yet, before you watch this video, I recommend you check them out on Instagram. Head on over to Shotgun the Ox, their YouTube, their Instagram. Check out this cat, man. Their Shotgun the Bars competition, Lomax just rolled through it, man. He actually murdered every round. He made a ton of fans. I was a fan of his before he even went on Shotgun the Ox. Just by checking out his snippets on Instagram, his little freestyles, snippets of tracks. So this is I'm excited for this, man. It's the first time I've heard him, I guess, in the studio. It's like a studio track. So I'm excited for it, to see what he's got. It's called Thin Air, episode 1. So no more talking. Let's just jump right in. Check it out.
Episode 1. The end begins. I even floated on that thin air. I even floated on that thin air. I even floated on that thin air.
Yo.
Until they drifted down.
Well, I'm a daydreaming, sleepwalking, step into the labyrinth, shit talking, looking for deceased peeps and
Right off the top, man. Daydreamer, sleepwalker, stepping into the labyrinth. Like you're gonna find that with Lomax, and he's one of those cats that you really dig. Anyways, for me, I find I really always dig and really enjoy his the first time I hear something of his, and then I further appreciate it more and more I listen to it. And right off the friggin' top, man, it's a quick glance of his wordplay and how he likes to, write his bars. It's easily one of those throwaway kind of things that you could just let it go by and not even think about. But the daywalker or daydreamer, sleepwalker, stepping, like, yeah, man, I love this cat.
On that thin air.
Yo.
Until they drifted down.
Well, I'm a daydreaming, sleepwalking, step into the labyrinth, shit talking, looking for deceased peeps and babbling. Before was only dabbling, traveling the path of least resistance, twisting, watching man's soul unraveling the distance, analyze the matter in existence, cannibalize books, forget myself in every instance, overflowing systems, not
Cannibalize books and lose himself in every instance. I mean, that's the whole reason why we have entertainment, right? It's getting into a book or into a movie or whatever it is that it's your entertainment of choice, and losing yourself. I mean, that's what's lost somewhat in today's, the way we ingest music these days. To fully appreciate a lot of albums, you got to stick that shit on and listen from beginning to end and really, bring that in and digest it and lose yourself in it. And most times these days, it's just you hear a track, you buy it on iTunes or wherever it is you buy it, then you pick and choose and you throw them on a playlist and friggin' put that shit on shuffle and just listen through a bunch of different things. But yeah. That's what happens with me, man. I start reading and I just lose myself in the book. But I love how he says I cannibalize books, meaning he just eats them up.
for deceased peeps and babbling. Before was only dabbling, traveling the path of least resistance, twisting, watching man's soul unraveling the distance, analyze the matter in existence, cannibalize books, forget myself in every instance, overflowing systems, not needing assistance on my 1-2s to go and get fucked like a mistress, head spinning like a discus, trapped in the vista, got voices on tap to let the paranoia whisper be, gripping the bicker till the fingertip blister, see the whole picture. Some cats I miss it by a whisker, Mr. Lomax.
Man, that whole thing about he hears the voices whispering, and he basically lets one of those voices, the paranoia voice, to write his bars for him. So then he grabs the bic and he puts the pen to pad until he gets blisters on his fingers. Reminds me of that BVA bar where he says basically he gets paranoid or write half the verses for him, and then he talks something about here the cats half the cats miss it by a whisker or something. I want to catch what he says here.
On twos to go and get fucked like a mistress, head spinning like a discus, trapped in the vista, got voices on tap, so let the paranoia whisper be, gripping the bicker till the fingertip blister, see the whole picture, some cats I miss it by a whisker, Mr. Lomax, scribbling the facts about my habitat, avoiding TV in this programming aftermath, have to cast the internet wider with kaleidoscopes, overload, enveloping methods on the microscope.
Floating on that thin air.
That's a nice, deep, in-depth way of saying that he doesn't just believe everything he reads on the internet. Stays away from the news, all that kind of bullshit. Like he's not allowing these outside, the I'm trying to think of the correct word, but he gets the microscope out. He digs deeper. He casts a wider net over the internet. Looks at it. The kaleidoscope is a different way of looking at something rather than, he didn't say he put his glasses on. He looks through a kaleidoscope, which is a different way of seeing things, and also breaks out the microscope too. So he's going to dig deep, man. He's going to research. He's going to, before he throws on CNN or BBC and gets his news and is told this is how you're supposed to think. Lomax is saying, no, fuck that, man. I'm going to do my own research before you tell me how I'm supposed to, believe this. Gleefully throw on my blindfold and just say, okay, if that's what you say. So I like the way, man, he said that. That's a really in-depth way of just saying that he doesn't, he's not going to follow everybody like sheep because he's being told to do so.
They even floated on that thin air. They even floated on that thin air until they drifted down.
Hey yo, it's time to get my act together, fat as ever rap. Whenever I endeavor, set the level, check the depth, your breath and the air pressure. You'd fare better if you...
Oh man, see, like setting the level, and you gotta check the air pressure, all that kind of stuff. So it's like the depth, right? When you are gonna go down scuba diving, you gotta check your air level and all that kind of bullshit. Very nice.
On that thin air. They even floated on that thin air until they drifted down.
Hey yo, it's time to get my act together, fat as ever rap. Whenever I endeavor, set the level, check the depth, your breath and the air pressure. You'd fare better if you wrote down your notes clever, try and progress, or turn a rapper to a predecessor, wise old professor. Hit you with my best efforts, compressed and one-handed drumming like I'm Def Leppard, bite your fucking limbs off. Arm to the teeth, I leave your mind paralyzed.
I stopped it too soon. I'm sure I had it. But drumming in one-armed or one-handed like Def Leppard, come on. And then he gets into chewing your arm off like a leopard would, and he brings in the teeth. Man, this I gotta hear that again.
Rap whenever I endeavor, set the level, check the depth, your breath and the air pressure. You'd fare better if you wrote down your notes clever, try and progress, or turn a rapper to a predecessor, wise old professor. Hit you with my best efforts, compressed and one-handed drumming like I'm Def Leppard, bite your fucking limbs off. Arm to the teeth, I leave your mind paralyzed, the body sleeping in the streets. The war for your soul carries on amongst the ether. That's another story, back to how I'm gonna teach you. Bopping battle bars at the stars, so-called anyway, like their own hype before they met this type of renegade. Acupuncture faces, place you in stasis, keep you in a coma, checking faraway places, drain the serotonin out, bring you back and watch you flounder. All round the man and Lomax around sound you.
The very last thing he says is he's gonna drain out your serotonin and bring you back and watch you flounder. And serotonin is responsible for your joy and happiness. So he's going to take all of that away from you and just watch you suffer in agony and sadness. Jesus Christ.
She flounder all round the man and Lomax around sound ya.
Also, I will tell you that you haven't got a hope of stopping. The experimental station where the sample was produced is a long way off, both in geography and ideology.
I'm not at all disappointed with this track, man. I know it's one of those times where it could have been one of those times where you're so excited for something. You see a trailer for a movie and you can't wait to finally get your hands on it, and then you go see it, and then you're kind of like, oh, that's not what I was hoping for. Nowhere near that, man. This was a cool track. Production on it was kind of cool. I liked the break between verses. The sample was cool. The way that Lomax used the production, used the beat was nice. A lot of cool bars, man. I know there's probably some other stuff in there that I missed for sure, and I'll catch it the more I listen to it. But anyways, until next time, I appreciate each and every one of y'all. Thanks for being part of this community, part of this video right here. So until next time, whether that's later today or sometime tomorrow, I love each and every one of y'all. Stay safe and be good to each other.